a patient could take a pen and stab on your neck. You don't know, right? So when you're working with someone who has a mental disorder, delusional, and have no control over their impulses or their emotions, for someone to even want to serve people like that, wouldn't you agree with me that these are absolute angels?
Heroes.
Heroes, absolutely. And, you know, this is what we're here to do. Right now, there are like fires in France, you know, in Canada, and so many earthquakes in Japan. And I just want to say, when we sing the love, peace, harmony, it doesn't just harmonize our brain and our heart or a kidney. It doesn't just harmonize the polarity, the masculine and the feminine, right? So think about this. How often the masculine in you is like, wait, let me just write one more email. I want to do one more thing. I want to say one more thing. And then the feminine in you is like, I'm tired. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to rest. I want to go to the beach. I want to have some fun. So have you ever felt in conflict between the part of you that wants to do something productive and the part of you that wants to be pampered, nurtured, and get really deep rest? Okay, leave me an emoji if you know what I'm talking about. That you have had experience of this. Do I want to be productive or do I want to rest? Okay, so let me sing this love, peace, harmony. Because we live in this society where we feel, what do you want from me? Right? What do I even want? How many people sometimes feel confused? Should I get my ass off the couch and hit the gym? Or should I give myself a moment of rest? Should I go clean up in the kitchen and wash the dishes? Or should I go draw and create some fun, some pleasure for myself? Okay, raise your hand or leave an emoji if you've ever felt at odds with the polar opposites within you. So I grew up around pop music, and one of Rihanna's songs, she says, and you got me like, oh, what do you want from me? So the first sentence she says, and you got me like, oh, as if he's the bully and she's the victim, like she's being captured and disempowered. The second sentence says, what do you want from me? Right? Is a sentence that shows that there is fear or a fighting nature, defensive. But actually, what we do here at the Heart Center is that instead of looking our gaze outward and ask, what do you want from me? Is to really be able to sit with ourselves and listen to every voice within ourselves. The part that wants to be productive and the part that wants to rest, and ultimately make the highest decision that is beneficial productivity and beneficial for recharging our batteries. Now, right here at Heart Center, we don't just teach people how to heal themselves. We actually teach people how to prevent sickness, how to rejuvenate. So yes, so that we can be 30 years younger. Why not? The last 2 weeks, I started kickboxing 2 times a week, right? It doesn't matter what age I am. If I believe that age is just a number, then I can actually do anything. So this song, Love, Peace, Harmony, is really about if you want to have world harmony, no wars, and minimizing the wildfires and earthquakes, harmonizing Mother Earth. You take one step back, you bring harmony inside your community. You take one step back, you bring harmony inside your family. You take one step back, you bring harmony between your yin and your yang. 阴阳平衡百病消，一阴一阳为之道. What does that mean? It means Tao, which is the ultimate source and creator, is made of yin and yang. Yin yang make up Tao. Okay. 阴阳平衡百病消. When yin yang is in balance, there can be no sickness. There can be no challenges. So this love, peace, harmony is about establishing internal love, peace, harmony. I'll tell you another thing. Have you ever been in a work situation where one person has a nervous system dysregulation and then it causes the whole team to freak out? Another situation is if one person hold love, peace, harmony in their field, then it's really, and the entire team can remain in love, peace, harmony. So let me give you this experience of love, peace, harmony. Lula, lula, lee. in a moment of silence, how, thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you. You know, how often do we show up in a relationship and we show up with people pleasing, right? So I used to be a fearful mom. So I want to get vulnerable with everyone for a second. So what happened was shortly after my spiritual awakening, I suddenly realized that I used to parent from the old paradigm, which is we get our kids to do what we tell them to do. And there was a lot of controlling. There was a lot of fear in the parenting. And what's really funny is, of course, in the beginning of the spiritual awakening, I was like, wow, what I gave my kids doesn't look like unconditional love. It looks like if you do ABC, then you're a good girl. If you don't do ABC, then you're not a good girl. Well, of course, I take a moment to have compassion for myself, because how many people are told to be a good girl or a good boy? So before my spiritual awakening, I was living in the third dimension matrix where I tried to do a good mom, a good doctor, a good wife, a good sister, a good girlfriend. I was always trying to please someone, meeting their expectation of what they want from me. And that way of living was exhausting. I was constantly walking on eggshells. And I was really afraid that if I say the wrong thing and I do the wrong thing, then you would walk away from me. You would stop loving me. Because if I don't meet your expectation, then I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good wife. I'm not a good doctor. I'm not a good student. So can you relate to that? But then what happens is, if we don't let go of this, then what's happening is there's a lot of fear and a lot of fighting in a relationship. So I'm going to invite Jay here to also share how this "what do you want from me" has showed up in his life.
Thank you so much, Winnie. So we can either have a fearful approach to this or a fighting approach to this. And of course, my background has me fighting in this. Right? What do you want from me? And I clearly remember many times in my former marriage with my ex-wife where I use this kind of "what do you want from me" to defend myself and to even to push a little bit, like to set my ex-wife off guard. So, for example, she would ask me, if I was listening to her, and I wasn't fully listening to her a lot of times. But I try to make a point, and I could even oftentimes repeat back to her what she said to me, but I still wasn't letting it in. And this, of course, did not make her happy or satisfy her, because she could sense that I wasn't really listening to her. I wasn't taking it into my heart. I was just putting it on a list in my head to, meet whatever demands I thought she had. And that's exactly how I thought of it, right? So I was fighting her from my nature, right? Because she hadn't done anything wrong. But but internally, it would feel like I needed to defend myself. And so I used this, what do you want from me, to defend myself. So it seems to me that we either have this fearful nature, like, what do you want from me? Or this fighting nature, what do you want from me? And I deeply apologize, the what do you want from me type. I remember a particular time when, so from my perspective, I thought I was in the right, and my ego would line up all of the arguments and all of the defenses, because before I even heard what my ex-wife had to say, I was already lining up my defense. I was already assuming that we were fighting about something. So this is part of what I need to become aware of in my life. And we'll talk about the release and the choice and the ARC in a moment. But first, I needed to become aware of how this was affecting others, right? Because it was my native environment. When you're a fish, you don't notice the water. You just swim, and it's like oxygen. It's just like you don't notice the air. Well, my water was conflict-ridden from childhood. And so this became my nature. And my poor dear ex-wife, this was not the nature of her family. So the second she brought up something to me that was uncomfortable, and that my ego was not ready to deal with, I would automatically start fighting. Before there was a fight, internally, I would fight. Oh, well, you asked me of this, and I don't ever ask you this, and why would you demand this of me? And I would start to make a list of all the ways she was wrong. And one day, in the garden, Winnie said, excuse me, I deeply apologize.
That's the funniest thing. He's confusing naming me and the ex-wife.
I deeply apologize. So one day, my ex-wife was in the garden observing this pattern in me. And without my knowing it, she started to videotape me. Now, I didn't know she was videotaping me, and I just lectured her, you didn't do this, and you should have done that, and I don't know exactly what the fight was about, but I certainly was convinced that I was wrong. What do you want from me may very well have come up in that conversation. But as I said, unbeknownst to me, she videotaped this moment. And then a little while after this, she played me back the video. And I will never forget the reaction that I had when I saw that video. My first response was, I want to take that out of her hand and delete it, because I cannot suffer this vision of me to exist in the world. That's how out of touch I was with where I was at the time. But thank God that she videotaped it, because I saw the monster that I was in this moment. And once I became aware of the monster that I had become, I could start to address it. And years later, with the amazing help of my dear Winnie, not to be confused with my ex-wife, with the dear help of Winnie, I was able to begin to not only be aware of this pattern, but where it came from. And then through the use of the Tao calligraphy light wall, through the use of shadow work and other things that really form the core of our relationship. I started to release this, and the pattern, the behavior started to change. So this is an amazing thing about what we have here.
Yeah, and I just want to add one more thing, which is the ego doesn't want you to see what the inner monster looks like. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and go vulnerable with you for a second, because I think when we set the lead example in taking ownership and accountability of the old ways that we show up, right? It's like step one is not to be in denial, because if I'm in denial, then there's nothing I can do about it. So many years ago, one of my daughters said to me, "Mom, I don't feel important. You never listen to me." I vividly remember the scene in the kitchen. And the first reaction, I was like, "What do you mean I don't listen to you? Of course I listen to you. I listen to you all freaking day." Okay, so that was my first reaction. And what I realized is my ear is listening to what she's saying, but my heart was not accepting her. What that means is, let's say I want to go left and she wants to go right. It doesn't matter that I heard that she go right, but there was no chance that I would go right because she wanted to go right. As in, I was showing up as, yeah, I know you want to go right, but we're going to go left anyways because I'm the mother and I'm right. Okay. So it's like I'm listening, but I'm not actually receiving her. So for example, this is like an example. So let's say I say, "Hey, what do you want for dinner?" And she said, "I want sushi." But I said, "Okay, let's have hot dog anyways." So it's like I asked her, but it didn't matter what she said, because whatever she said was not actually implemented. So therefore, I gave her the impression that she was not important. So it's really funny because since then, I've taken many leadership training where I really worked on my listening skills. And years later, I discovered that my listening skill was like 1 out of 5. Yeah, exactly. So everybody can laugh at my expense. And, my children went on to call me a narcissistic mother. And if you go on YouTube and you Google narcissistic mother, there'll be all these things that tell you, oh, it's all about her. It's all about what she wants, and et cetera, et cetera. So when I first had my spiritual awakening, I had so much shame because of the way that I parent. It wasn't unconditional love that I gave and offered to my children, right? Because I didn't love myself. I didn't have self-love, self-worth, self-confidence. So what I gave to my children was fear, because I was afraid. And because under those circumstances, I actually didn't really speak to my children for 2 years. Because I was so afraid that whatever I said, my kids would judge me, or I will make a mistake in communication. So that I even demoted myself to the cook and the driver, right? So my only responsibility was to buy food, cook food, do laundry, wash dishes, and drive them to school, Starbucks, and Target. So, whereas Jay went into anger, I went into really deep fear of even opening my mouth. So this is where I was before the Tao calligraphy light wall. And of course, I am fearless today. But I want to hear from you. So now I would like you guys to unmute and share a little bit about this topic. have you ever been fearful or angry? And how, what is the blockage between you and being totally 100% in alignment with your purpose?
And just as a side note, I would strongly encourage you, if you have in this moment an urge to say, wait, what do you want from me? Then notice, become aware. And, Winnie loves to say that the way we transform something is we put it out in the field. And this is the field where we transform. So this is the moment. This is your moment. Okay, so it looks like Chloe wants to speak.
Okay, yes. That's a great idea. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Okay, so from my point is definitely the fearful kind of, what do you want from me? It is coming from a place of defensiveness from being previously hurt, and not pointing fingers or anything like that, but it takes a lot of like that self-compassion to understand like there is a reason kind of why I'm so afraid, like to, I guess, for example, talk to men, or when men like come close to me or want to talk to me or get to know me, like that instant defense, or like having those like assumptions and preconceived notions, and having the ability to let go of that and to not instantly be afraid or what do you want from me from every single person, because I used to really be like that. But what I think really changed that is to be a lot more open and less judgmental, simply put, like no expectations, but also listening and being more aware of like what is actually truly like dangerous, rather than something that's just triggering my nervous system to feel this feeling unsafe. So I'm really grateful that we're touching on this, because it can really change your perspective of how you go through life and respond or listen to folks. Yeah, that's a little bit of my story. Thank you for listening, everyone. And if you have anyone else has something to share, please feel free to unmute. We'd love to hear from you.
Helen, would you like to say anything? Oh, I don't have my mic. Can you call on Helen? Helen, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what you're asking. That's why I'm so confused. Hi, my friend Kat is here somewhere.
Hi there.
Can you ask the question again?
Trying to understand.
Yeah, so basically what we're pointing out is that this phrase, what do you want from me? Basically, all of our egos have this defense mechanism. What do you want from me? Where my native defense is aggressive, and my what do you want from me comes from anger and pushing you away. Whereas Winnie and Chloe are talking about a what do you want from me that is like, what do you want from me? Like more people pleasing and fearful of like, how can I get this right to make sure that I don't push you away or scare you off? Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, thank you. I was sitting there trying to figure out what I needed to share, but I didn't understand what was being asked. Okay, so I think for me, when I'm trying to have a conversation, especially with my siblings, especially the ones who don't understand my journey, it can get quite frustrating. And then I do the avoidance. I do the flight. Yeah, because I don't want to cause any drama, and I don't want to get into any fights. So I tend to just like not want to be there, and I would just run away and just keep myself busy rather than dealing with the situation at hand. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Helen. So you feel like you're coming from the fearful side, saying, what do you want from me? As in, what can how can I give you what you want?
Yeah. I guess that I
Have it that no matter what I say, it's not going to go well. So it's almost like, why am I going to bother? And I'm just going to make it peaceful by not talking, if that makes sense, you know? So I do the flight thing. And here's my friend Kat. She was here last time.
Hi, Kat.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
Although
too.
I don't have my glasses on, but more or less see you. Thank you for the question. I will share that at this point in my life, I'm at a point where the question, what do you want from me, is no longer available for me to be concerned about. In the sense that I'm just being myself as best as I can in any moment. I'm in service, I'm in my heart, but self-love, self-worth is the greatest gift you can actually give to the world, to your family. We are all mirrors of each other, we're all teachers and students of each other. So what a beautiful way to be. It's taken me a lifetime, by the way. This has not been easy. What a beautiful gift to give to your child, to your friend, to your neighbors, when you can be present, allow them to speak. You may not agree with their statement. They may even come at you in an angry space. And you just stay firm, grounded, listen, and say, thank you for your information. Thank you for your viewpoint. Be well. And sometimes just walk away. If somebody's angry, you just, no conflict. And it's authentic, no conflict, because you are at a place of love so much for yourself that everyone's allowed to have their own expression as long as they're not intruding on your own frequency and comfort in your field.
Yeah, and for me, I would add, it's like setting boundaries.
Boundaries?
Yeah, it's setting boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Perfect.
that's been a lot of work.
I love that. If the team can bring up the law of Shen Jing. So, yes. So here we are going to chant this mantra. This mantra is called 人地天道神气境合一. So let me explain briefly. So, 人 is human. Di is Mother Earth. Tian is heaven. Tao is the ultimate source creator. Shen is made up of soul, heart, mind, Qi, energy, and Jing, matter. And why is this the highest, most powerful mantra? It is because in Chinese we have this wisdom. 天时地利人和几何 Shen Ju. So what does that mean is it's not about being fighting or being in fear, but how can I align my Shen Qi Jing, my soul, heart, mind, energy, body, with Mother Earth, Shen Qi Jing? How can I align with heaven, Shen Qi Jing? How can I align with Tao, Shen Qi Jing? Right? So it's really fascinating because I am a human and I have so many blind spots. And only by listening to Jay and Chloe and Helen and Kat do I have a chance of seeing more of the big picture. And of course, most of it cannot even be communicated in English or Chinese, right? So most of Shen Qi Jing cannot even be understood with concept. The highest teaching is the no teaching. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna stand up and we're gonna be it. So the wisdom is we're not gonna waste 1 unit of Shen Qi Jing fighting or arguing. Who is right? What do you want from me? We're not gonna do that. So here at the Heart Center, we practice the ARC. So A, aware, aha. This is a sticky situation. I want A and you want B. What do you want from me? R is we release it. And then we're going to choose a demo for Tao Calligraphy Light Wall Breathing, where we inhale the positive information at a higher dimension. And I'm very honored to have a 5th dimension power for the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall breath. C is choose. What is choose? Choose is to choose aligning myself with the highest version of myself, which is 人地天道神奇经可以. So if you can, everybody stand up. We're gonna start by bouncing. And I realized that my necklaces might bounce against the microphone, so I'm going to take them off. So I'm actually going to ask Jay to lead movement, or Chloe, maybe one of you can lead movement and talk, do the counterclockwise circle, clockwise circle.
Would you still want the law of Shen Qi?
Oh yeah, you can take the law of Shen Qi down, thank you. So that I can concentrate on chanting the mantra and I don't have to give instruction and chant at the same time. So if you know this mantra, please join me. If you don't know, just know that it's really, really good to align with what is happening, because follow Tao flourish. 人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一。人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一。人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一。人地天道神奇经合一，
Just imagine that you're releasing
人地天道神奇经合一，
that's holding you stuck.
人地天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合
You
一，
need this negativity
人地天道神奇经合一。
leaving you as dark
人地
smoke.
天道神奇经合一，人地天道神奇经合一， 人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，
Allow the motion to get faster and release more and more.
人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，
Let it go, don't hold on
人
to
地
it.
天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，
You might want
人
to
地天道神之合一。
go
人
faster.
地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一。人地天道神之合一 I have to invite Chloe to the camera because she's having way too much fun. 人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一，人地天道神之合一。
And now reversing, slowing down for a moment. So now we've released all of our negative energy around what you want from me. And now we're going to take in this positive, grounded Shen Jing. This essence of, I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I love myself. I love the world around me. I never need to ask this question because my heart, I know. So taking in this grounded calm, this inner security, knowing whether you get this right or you get this wrong, whether you do the thing that the person expects or you do the opposite. You are whole and aligned and acting from love, peace, and harmony. Begin to feel the power build in your lower dantian, where your hands are. See that light is actually coming into you as you spin your hands in a clockwise fashion. The power builds. Power of security. Power of self-love. Power of inner harmony. 人地天道神之间合一，人地天道神之间合一，
人地天道神之间合一，人地天道神之间合一。
Allowing the power to build.
人地天道神之间合一，人地天道神之间合一。
Your lower dantian is beginning to become
人地
heavier.
天道神之间合一，人
人地天道神寂静合一。You can feel the weight and magnitude growing.
人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。
Feels heavy in your feet.
人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。
Faster.
人地天道神寂静合一。
A little stronger, feeling the weight grow even
人
more.
地天道神寂静合一。
This weight is gravity. It's your gravity.
人地天道神寂静合一。
It's the gravity
人
that
地
comes
天道
from
神寂静合一。
unquestionable self-love.
人地天道神寂静合一。 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 人地天道神寂静合一。
We're beginning to grow
人
to
地
be
天道
open
神寂静
and
合
listening to the moment.
一。 人地天道神寂静合一。 人地天道神寂静合一。
Instead of asking this
人地
moment,
天道
what do
神
you
寂
want
静
from me?
合一。
We begin to ask,
人地天
what is
道
the
神
moment
寂静
asking
合
of me?
一。人地
What do I
天
hear?
道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合
And
一。
the power is growing.
人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。
Going faster
人
and
地天
faster.
道神寂静合
Getting
一。
stronger and
人
stronger.
地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。人地天道神寂静合一。
Good. The circle's
人
growing
地天
smaller.
道神寂静合一。
Growing
人地天道神寂静
Power
合一。
growing.
人
Feeling
地天
the weight
道神
and
寂合
the
一。
joy. The
人地
great
天道神寂
joy
合一。
of
人地
self-love.
天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人地天道神寂合一。人 Shen Da Shen Chi Jing He Yi. And then holding a ball in front of your middle area. Feeling the energy between your two hands. Invite you to bring your tongue to the roof of the mouth and make circles with your tongue. And now we're going to close. We're going to bring the two hands up and 5 fingers to touch. And we're going to bring this energy down in front of Quangong, which is the Mother Earth temple. It's in front of your belly button. Okay, just take a moment and charge your life force like you're charging the battery of your cell phone. One more time. Inhale, bring the arms up, 5 fingers to touch. And then bring it down. And one more time. Inhale, bring 5 fingers to touch. And bring it down to your in front of your belly button. How, thank you. Love you. Wow, that was a phenomenal practice. Thank you, Jay, for the drumming, and thank you, Chloe, for your enthusiasm.
Oh, that was lovely.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And that's what Heart Center is about. Heart Center is a loving community. We are here to unpack all of the hidden conversations that are blocking us from aligning with the source. So now I'll leave it to Jay to pick a demo for our Tao Calligraphy Light Wall reading.
Thank you so much, Winnie. So first of all, I want each of us to check in with where we're at now after this practice. We've just done a practice we've all engaged with together, and I don't know about you, but I thought it was a lot of fun, and I have more energy, more peace since we started practicing it. Of course, this is just a very basic tool, right? Chanting is something that many cultures share, and we do quite a bit of here at the Heart Center to cultivate. But we have this technology, and Chloe, if you can follow me here, called the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall. So the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall is this amazing set of 10 calligraphies that you see behind me. We call this the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall. And what makes it Tao calligraphy? You can see that it's calligraphy, it's very clear, right? It's this writing. Probably you don't understand what the words mean when you look at them, but you see that they're beautifully drawn, painted with brush. There's definitely a technique there. And I assure you, it's quite a powerful technique. But what this Tao Calligraphy Light Wall does is it takes the energy of the frequency of the word that is written into the calligraphy. And when the master, in this case Master Sha, paints the calligraphy, he puts the energy of what he's writing into the calligraphy. So for example, the first calligraphy is Da-I. Da-I means the greatest love. So when Master Sha paints the greatest love, he paints the energy of the greatest love. So it's very high vibration and higher dimensional energy. As Winnie pointed out earlier, we have the capacity to tap in at the 5th dimension level through the dial calligraphy light wall here at the heart center. Yes, Winnie.
So Helen typed that Kat's arm is hurting because she fell
guess
down
mine
the
is-
stairs 2 days ago.
Okay, so Kat had.
So I'm reading Helen's comment. She said that Kat's arm is hurting. She fell down the stairs 2 days ago.
So I'm actually getting that both Kat and Helen are the bounds in this case. So actually, if you would, Helen and then Kat, or Kat and then Helen, if each of you would briefly come on and tell us a little bit about what's going on right now. So Kat, if you would come on and tell us a little bit more about your injury and what's going on with your arm and what your pain level is. And then Helen, if you could give us a brief little bit about what's going on in your life.
Okay, so thank you very much. I'll preamble with a big event. I had a stroke less than a year ago.
Wow.
I'm doing amazing, thank you, Master Shaw,
Yes.
and Dow Technologies. But 2 days ago, I fell down 8 of my stairs going down the basement, managed to grab on with my feminine side left hand, but my right side nearly dislocated my shoulder, pulled it right behind me, and I can move it, but it's still niggling, hurting from shoulder to here at around a 5 today.
Okay, thank you.
Enough information?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Helen, can
Can
you
you
tell me?
ask her to?
Yeah, actually, if you would, Kat, if you can show us the level, your current extension, ability to lift to the front
Yeah,
and to the side. Can
okay,
you
so
put on- Yes, thank you.
I will, yes. So stubborn me, I'll push it, but
No,
I'll
don't
just-
push it. Oh, here.
Oh,
Oh yeah, don't
like a
push it.
ladder.
You definitely don't want to push it past your capacity.
You
We're
don't
just-
want to push it. What you want to do is lift your arms to the point of like when the pain begins to start.
Okay. So it's sort of numb in places too. Okay, so here I am. I'm just gonna go
So no, keep
to
your
there.
arms straight. This
There.
test is called a lateral arm raise. So you want to keep the arm straight and slowly. So Jake and
So
you.
you want to keep the arm straight and slowly just rise to and when it starts to hurt, stop.
Okay, I've stopped.
Okay, so about
Okay.
90 degree. Now bring it to the front against arm straight.
Can you
Yeah,
show?
there.
Okay, so you got about 90 degrees in both directions
Yeah.
before it starts to hurt. Thank you.
The motion is from the leg straight to front. Can you demo that and have her copy you?
So Dr. Winnie says that the motion is from your leg, from your thigh, up, straight up. So
Okay.
so Chloe, if you could switch and just go ahead, Kat.
Okay, so bringing in straight. Like,
Okay.
and it
Perfect.
hurts into my back, actually.
Okay, good to
Yeah.
know. Thank you.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
forward in the forward direction,
Okay,
like this.
okay. Like there, and it hurts in my elbow and my
Okay.
hand.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Helen, would you like to come on for a moment and briefly tell us what's going on with you?
I'm so grateful to be chosen. I'm actually surprised. Thank you so much. I have been upset. A couple days ago, I found out one of my friends no longer wanted to be my friend anymore because of some rumors that were going on that I had said something and I don't believe I said anything. And I just feel like some negative information has come up and has caused me to lose some people in my circle. And I'm learning to let that go because it has affected my self-worth. And because of that, it didn't help me with my finances and my flourishing and my self-love. And since saying goodbye to them, I just feel there's more opportunities opening up. But I just feel it's not opening up completely yet. Like the hearts are not opened for me to be able to help them more and serve more. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now.
So this is fascinating to me because Kat has the physical manifestation and Helen has the emotional one of this. So okay, so great. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing. And so now what we're going to do, if you've never done this Tao calligraphy light wall practice before, what we do is we connect with the Tao calligraphy light wall behind me, and we bring the light of that high frequency energy into our field, into our bodies on the inhale. So we visualize this as light coming in. And I want you both to focus on this area, right? Obviously, Kat, you want to focus on the shoulder that's hurt, but also notice that it's connected through into your chest, through into your scapula. So you want to really soak that area in light. And then also, Helen, you are focusing on your throat chakra and this area. And we're going to tap into the greatest service to start. So, and I may, so what, the way we do this is I'll ask you to breathe, and I'll count to 5. As you breathe, visualize the light coming into your field, coming into the area that needs it most. And as you exhale, we'll chant Da Fu. Exactly. Da Fu Wu means the greatest service. So, and as you chant Da Fu Wu, you visualize the darkness leaving your shoulder, leaving your throat, leaving your chest, your lungs, right? Because there's also grief behind this. I get the sense in both cases. So we're gonna start by focusing particularly on the throat and the shoulder, and then we'll soak the light in, allow it to grow. Okay, so deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Da Fu. Good. Deeply inhale into your shoulder, into your throat, starting to let it grow. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Da Fu. Good. Focusing deeply into the shoulder, behind the shoulder, the scapula, deep into the neck, the throat. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Da Fu. Good. So see that the light has this capacity to pierce without hurting, to puncture deeply into the core of your shoulder, into the core of your negative energy, and dissolve any blockage that it finds. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Da Fu. Okay. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Da Fu. Good. Really allow as much negative energy to be released on the exhale at the chant as you can. So focusing on the light as you come in and focusing on releasing all the darkness. Nothing to hold on to. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Da, fo. Okay. We're going to pause, stay in this condition for a moment. And I'm going to briefly chant forgiveness mantra. So there's something in here for both of you. Something that needs to be forgiven. Someone, some event.
Lifetime.
So inhaling deeply into your shoulder, your throat, your heart, and your lungs. Expanding the light now into your lungs and your heart. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Da Quan Shu. Da Quan Shu. I deeply apologize. Please forgive me. See the negative energy leaving your field. Tenda, tenda. Transform all life. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Deeply inhaling into the chest, the lungs, the shoulders, the neck. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chanting Da Quan Shu. Da Quan Shu. Good. Allowing the light to penetrate all your lungs, your heart, your chest, into every cell, into in between every cell. Deeply inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Da Quan Shu. One more time. This time I want you to see the light penetrating every cell in your body and the space between every cell, penetrating your entire field, glowing with light as you inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release the darkness. Da Quan Shu. Integrating Tao calligraphy light into our field, allowing any remaining darkness to float away like reverse snow, floating upward, gently away, clearing your field, clearing your heart, lungs, your throat, your brain. How, thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. Respectfully return, all the souls, join us in this Tao calligraphy light well practice. Take a moment. I'd like to hear from either you, Kat, or Helen, whoever's ready first.
I'll go. Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, dear Jay. Your voice was so needed, a divine masculine safe voice vibration to come through my heart. I'll share briefly, when I had my stroke, I always was in a positive field of this is a reset button. What symptom is left now 10 months later is vertigo and dizziness and nausea connected to that. So when I fell the other day, my body went into shock. I was still being positive though, because I felt protected. But I called for my son, and I was able to voice, for probably the first time in my life, I need attention right now without feeling guilty or weak as his mom. He's 26. And I felt that this was connected more throughout my whole body, because I felt a bit of an alignment actually in my brain, ironically. So it was almost if it had to happen, similarly to my stroke for certain reasons. This feels better. It's at a 2 pain level. And also what was happening today was numbness. It was feeling like it wasn't even part of my body, which was interesting. So.
Thank you so much, Kat. And can you show us your lateral and forward extension at this point?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it feels much better. Just like a little, but
Okay,
that's
well,
good.
that's good. If that's where it starts to hurt, then that's perfect.
That's amazing.
And the forward motion?
Okay. Hallelujah. Okay.
Can we see the forward?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kat, for your participation. Thank you for opening your heart and receiving this. Because believe it or not, many people are not ready to even open to receive healing. So I really credit you, and I really appreciate your comment about the masculine voice.
Yeah, there's such a beautiful vibration.
Well, thank you. And I received that this is important for humanity right now. We don't have enough positive, clear male voices. We have a lot of angry, confused male voices. So thank you very much. I'm honored. And can we speak to you, Helen, for a moment?
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have been chosen as a demo. The messages I was getting was, I'm very hurt with what happened with the lack of friendships that is in my life, and that keeps happening, where like fallouts are happening, and miscommunication, confusion, not giving a chance for my side to be spoken about. So that's why, the throat chakra was getting healed, where, why am I not being heard, on my side? Why can't I say what happened? Why are you believing the other side? You're not listening to my side of the story. And another message I got was, this had to happen to work on my self-worth, so that I don't rely on friends to identify as my self-worth. So it's very complex, but it definitely is going to help me with my service. And I feel more at peace now that I've released more tears and more ready to let it go. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Master Shah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Master Shah. Thank you, Helen. Thank you to the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall. Thank you for being open and for your powerful testimony. This is actually a very powerful experience. And in one way or another, this is something that Winnie and I have both gone through. And this is something that we really advocate strongly for. We're both big proponents of loving yourself first. And for a variety of reasons, many of us are left hobbled in this area. We learn to judge ourselves. and therefore judge our other people. We learn to fear ourselves and therefore fear other people. We learn to be sad about our loss and therefore give up on ourselves. And so, thank you so much for having the courage to build up your self-love. I'm really grateful for your vulnerability to share this. And I really think it's a powerful opportunity, as you say. I'm really glad you're seeing it as an opportunity, because it really is a moment for you to completely disconnect from what other people think and say and do, and just really touch base with Helen. Helen's heart, and what Helen wants and Helen needs.
I love you both so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Helen. It's such a pleasure, and thank you so much for your love and loyalty. You're a treasured voice here at Heart Center Connection. And of course, you can join us here every week at Heart Center Connection at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and you can find that at heartcenter.la/connection, where we meet every week. Every week, we dig up this powerful topic within ourselves and we transform it right here live for you on a Wednesday evening. What else can you do with your Wednesday evening that's better than this? I also want to remind everyone that we have Tao Calligraphy light bulb practice available 5 days a week. And you can connect with that at breathing.heartcenter.la. We've got a really powerful transformation of days. We start on Monday with our Manifestation Monday. We go through a multitude of mantras that help us transform what's blocking us from our own success. And that's really great practice. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, we have this very gentle, profound Yin Tao Calligraphy light bulb experience. And if you haven't experienced that, I strongly recommend it, because this is an opportunity to just lie there and soak in a bit of Winnie's wisdom and also a powerful dose of Tao Calligraphy light bulb. And when we get into this relaxed state, we're really profoundly open, and really powerful change can happen. And then on every Wednesday, we offer a women's circle live and online at the Heart Center. And every Friday, we do 5 Elements Friday, where we go through the 5 elements, doing Tao Calligraphy light bulb practice to balance all of our 5 elements. Also, very powerful practice, very physically balancing and mentally calming practice. Really love you all. Thank you all. I just want to briefly say that we had the opportunity to serve some folks from the psychiatric department at LA General today. And this is part of a practice that we provide, a service that we provide through our nonprofit called Compassionate Transformation Community. So what we do, and look out, by the way, on social media for a video about this, really powerful video in the next couple of days. And what we do in this clinic is we bring Tao Calligraphy light bulb, we bring love, peace, harmony, and we bring relaxation, we bring Chinese medicine, we bring some ear seeds. April plays her harp and does aromatherapy, and it creates this really welcoming, warming, and peaceful environment for very stressed out hospital workers. So if you want to learn more about this, or perhaps if you want to donate to us at Compassionate Transformation, you can find us at lovect.net. That's lovect.net. Okay. So thank you all. We love you all. We're so grateful to see you here every week. And really would love to see you next week. Love to hear how you're doing. If you have any questions that you'd like us to answer, you can find us at heartcenterla1@gmail.com. That email address again is heartcenterla1@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your comments. We'd love to hear about your transformation story. And if you have an idea for what you'd like us to work on in a future episode, then please reach out to us. Again, heartcenterla1@gmail.com. Thank you all. Love you all. And we'll see you next week here at Heart Center Connection. Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, everyone who joined us on Zoom, everyone in person. Thank you, everyone on Facebook. Hi. Love